What's up, my favorite people? What's up, Michigan? All right. Today's April 29th, 2021. Looks like my computer locked up. Son of a gun. All right. So, started out with a Zoom. Didn't like the numbers. Had to shut that down. Start a new Zoom up. So for the meeting ID number is always going to be the long number. So it'll be 11 numbers. The meeting ID will be 11 numbers. And the passcode will be 6 numbers. I know Shane was having a hard time yesterday getting on. And it's probably me. I just put numbers up there and I don't really tell you what they're for. Mike's pretty good at that. He likes putting the meeting. So now I'll start putting the meeting numbers on there and all that. So happened to my wife the other day too. What's up, Jules? So now I'm going to write meeting number. And yeah, I didn't like the first number. The passcode was 076669. So we deleted that one. We started over. So I got to make sure I put in the right passcode. So Courtney from Walgreens commented on on the Spectrum Walgreens videos I made, and she sent me her email. So I just emailed her. When we get back up north, we're going to get together, hopefully have dinner, lunch, whatever. Hopefully they got a razor. We can go out, ride around, four-wheelers, motorcycles, whatever. So that'll be nice with what is up, the Hunter? Looking for your laptop. Man, it's right where you put it, man. You know, that's where it's at. And it's going to be the last place you look, Craig. Just trying to help you out, man. It's going to be the last place you look. All right, so hopefully those numbers are right. Let me double check them real quick. All right, should be the numbers if y'all want to call in. What's up, Shane? Hopefully those numbers do you good today. The meeting number is always going to be the long number. And then the passcode will be the 6-digit number. So, man, it's a rainy, nasty day. Tonight starts the work schedule again. So, excited to see my boys at work, but not really excited about going to work. So, you all know how that goes. So yeah, that was cool. Courtney got a hold of me. I was gonna stop in there because we pass Walgreens every time we go to the cabin, and we always look for her gray vehicle, silver, brown. I think it's brown, but she says it's silver, so I guess we'll go with silver. I got to eat more carrots, I think, because my eyes are going bad. But so yeah, we're gonna get a hold of her. Maybe we'll make a video up north with them. Be great if they had internet. They could go over there and make the video or whatever. I'm not using Spectrum. It's not gonna happen. All right, so today, advice from a chipmunk. I only got, I think, 2 more, and then I'm gonna stop until I get to Florida. And I got a whole bunch down there. So I had a weird dream today, last night, whatever. Tried taking a nap today. Had a weird dream. I'll tell you about it a little bit later. But so yeah, hopefully you guys looked up that Dr. Ryan Cole. I thought that was pretty interesting. So yeah, basically just vitamin D. You know, but I'm not a doctor. But I already told you a few examples. All right, let's bring old Craigie on in here. looking for his laptop. Apparently he found it. I don't think, Shelly, I don't think he's going to roll out the 5G. I think they're doing the Starlink. Yep, you should be good, bro. You good?
Hey, buddy, I'm good. I think I'm unmuted and everything. Let me turn you off on
you're
this.
getting good at this, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Don't worry. Me and our brother Dave today, we were trying to figure out emails, and me and him had a heck of a time. And we're like, yeah, we don't know technology. He said he just got an iPhone, or 2 years ago. He's still trying to figure it out. And I kept sending him the wrong email. So
yeah,
we figured it out.
It's almost embarrassing with me, Craig, because I mean, an email is just pretty simple. I mean, you can probably have like a 3-year-old send an email, no problem. They can grab your phone and just run all through it. And
oh yeah.
When I got hired in, we got to do certain things. We got to buy off PMs on the internet and all that. And I'm like, man, I can barely send an email. And they both kind of looked at me and they're like, man, are you serious? I'm like, well, kind of, but I can figure it out. I didn't want to not get hired just because I can't send an email, which I can send an email. I just told them, being honest, I didn't really want to lie. I didn't know how much stuff we'd have to do on a computer, but it's no big deal now. It's just like, once you do it once, you're good to go.
Yep.
No big deal.
I remember my grandfather, he came over from Sicily when he was 12 years old. And he struggled with the microwave at the house forever. I mean, just cooking a burrito was a struggle. And he would come to me to get me to cook whatever, This is a man who came across, on a boat. I mean,
right. I'll bring Shane in too.
Yeah, cool.
Shane's coming in. So yeah, you're making some videos. What's up, Shane?
Hey, Shane. I saved it. You know what? I saw you were on. I was going to do a news report, but I said, let me just get on here and I'll tell everybody what I know.
Well, you still got to make one.
All right, but I was just going to do it here.
Yeah, but you still got to make one,
The Jeff Riddle News Network. This is your host, Craig McCoy.
What's up, Shane?
What's up, Shane?
Well, I had to end up typing it in on the top row of numbers. It wouldn't let me scan it in. It wouldn't let me put it in on my right-hand side. So I finally went to the top set of numbers above all my letters and it let me in.
Yeah, I had that problem before too. I don't know what it is.
The problem mics. I don't know. Different frequency, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it took a while to connect to you, like more than usual, when I was getting on. So, but then it finally went through and I was like, thank goodness. But I thought of Shane because I know Shane was having a problem with that. So,
yeah.
So how you doing, Jeff? How's your day, man?
Not too bad, man. Start my work week tonight, so not real happy about that, but you know how it is.
Oh yeah, man. The grind. Yep.
Yeah.
We got slow. The industry I'm in, we're struggling to get chemical. And it just happened. This just happened. Now, first they blamed it on the ice storm. Well, that's been and gone, so there's there's something going on, but there's a catalyst in one of the chemicals that we use that's really hard to find. And it's nationwide and it may be even worldwide, So, and the prices are just going up, man. Went to shopping today, went to Sam's. I have to go to Sam's, and everything is just, it's, at least $3 and something cents on every item. Yeah. And gas. So
I think they call that Biden. Yeah, that's what they call it. Biden.
That's what they call it. That guy on TV last night.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Do I still have knots on my head where I passed out and hit this table? I watched that Maricopa. I watched the whole hearing yesterday. It was like 2 hours and 50 minutes long, and that started them knots. I mean, they said a whole bunch of shit to get nowhere.
Right. They usually do.
It's kind of like last night with Biden. You hear how many times he plagiarized Trump last night? Did y'all watch it?
I didn't.
I did. I watched. Well, I caught the
end. 3 different times. Yeah. 3 different times he plagiarized Trump. He's saying he's going to do all this stuff that Trump already did in 19 and 20. And he's trying to make it sound like it's his idea. He's a
I was
bonehead.
shocked. I was shocked he made it through it. I mean, it was a long speech. They must have woke him up right before,
They
to
go
catch him
right
at his
line.
you know what I'm saying? They have to know when he's at his freshest. So
Hey, speaking of that, I had this weird dream. I've been dreaming quite a bit, but I had a dream I was a muffler, and I woke up exhausted.
dude, let me tell you this. That's a great joke, by the way. But wait, my truck broke down today. I was just telling Dave earlier, my truck broke down. I thought it was my fuel pump. So I was like, Jeff Riddle, dang, I thought you jinxed me with the fuel pump story. Turns out it's the exhaust system. My catalytic converter was all
Plugged up.
gunked up. So $1,300 later, I'm getting a new exhaust system.
Poke a bunch of holes in it.
It's called a hacksaw blade and a piece of flex tube.
That's what, look, I was going to do it on weld. And then my guy who works on my cars, he's like, well, that's illegal. And then once my wife heard that, it's all
Right.
no good. If there's any talk of illegal, even if it's the simplest thing, I can't do it. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, well-
so she keeps me honest.
Yeah, she missed out on a steak dinner then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
when she wants her favorite ice cream tomorrow, you say, well, sorry, we spent it on this muffler. Dude,
yeah,
that's
go
no
drive the
good.
truck. Yeah, turn the
Yeah.
AC on high.
Lick the tailpipe.
But anyway, what I heard today, well, and just different stuff I've been putting together. But you know what's funny? The Russian bounty claim. You remember the big Russian bounty scandal? They blamed Trump. And then that turned out to be Fugazi. It was, baloney. And but the media does not come. They'll spend months on a thing, pushing it on us, and then they won't correct it when it comes out that it was, and the sources are horrible. It shouldn't even, just like the Steele dossier thing, it's nonstop, man. And somebody said something good. They cut their nose off to spite their face.
Yeah.
It's almost like they have a ship that's got rats on it. Instead of calling a pesticide guy in, they burn the ship. It's nuts.
Yeah.
And there's no accountability for them either. They don't get in trouble.
No, they've been doing this forever. So
Mhm.
the wife looked up, there might not be a 4th of July. What is it, the National Park Services?
Oh.
I guess turned down the governor, what's her name? Nome,
Christy, no?
governor of South Dakota.
Yeah, beautiful.
They turned her
Christy
down
Nome?
for,
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman. Sorry, I had to say that. She's beautiful.
but so then I also hear it's back it's in limbo right now. So if that don't happen, we got to come up with another plan.
If I'm
That's
not
what I'm getting
mistaken, Robert David Steele and the Patriots Street Fighter and that tour, that bus tour that's going on.
Yeah.
They're going to be there for the 4th of July. And if I'm not mistaken, so is Trump. He's
Yeah.
supposed to be there for the 4th of July.
More than likely
I
it's
got-
going to happen.
That's what I'm thinking.
I bet Christy Nome's going to have it because, her and Trump get along pretty good.
Yeah, she was just down at Mar-a-Lago a while
Yes.
ago talking about things. So
Yeah, and she's down in Orlando giving that speech at the CPAC.
Yeah.
She's done that. So, I think they'll be fine. So I think that might have been just some rumor, just trying to scare people from going up there. I really do.
yeah,
Yeah.
either way, it's still a beautiful country out there. So
Oh, absolutely.
I know. I want to see it, man. I want to go. I'm looking into RV first, like renting an RV. I talked to my cousin, his girlfriend's on board. I'm just trying to get the wife on board. Either way, I told her, well, you could stay and watch the dogs. So I want to come, man. I want to see everybody. I want to be there. This is
Man,
history.
if you could take a bunch of time off, maybe 2 weeks off, you could really see a lot of stuff, man. You could swing by the Grand Canyon, Monument Valley. You could see a lot of things, man.
That's what I was thinking.
If you've never seen them before,
Never.
well, then
Never have.
I could send you a whole list of things you you want to see, or I can send you a whole list. And you'd be like, you might have to go a little out of the way here and there, but
I'm all for that. Yeah, I'm all
that's
for
part of the
that.
fun, especially
Yep.
if you're with good people. It's just,
I saw, you know what I want to see? That arc in Kentucky. I just found, I was looking at a program on YouTube of that. And I was thinking, wow, that's pretty cool. And stuff like you're talking, we could hit those spots and see those things. So, you know what I'm talking about? The guy, they did a replica of the ark,
yeah.
of Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
And that thing looked amazing, man. I just want to go see, and they had the engineering of it. And I want to see that, how they kept everything from twisting and water getting in. And stuff like that fascinates me,
Yeah.
the workings. But
It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. I seen an aerial picture. Holy smokes.
Yeah,
What
it's
did I say? It
huge.
was like 8 stories tall. 7 or
10
8
stories,
tall?
10
stories.
10 stories tall. In some spots, I think it is 8 or not, it's a little lower, but at the highest point, it's 10 stories tall. And it's
I knew
up
it was
on
more.
it's like 15 feet off the ground as well. So it's
Right.
above,
135 foot in the air.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to get into it and see, cause that would be great, and I've never seen, the Badlands. I've never seen any of that stuff, and, so my cousin's been there. He's like, oh, that's like a 24-hour drive. And I was like, well, that's why we get the RV. We can go to KOA campgrounds or whatever. And, we got our hotel. We're riding, because I imagine hotels are going to be hard to find, because I think a lot of people are going to go.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Jeff, I got a question for you.
Yep.
You from Michigan?
Yep.
Where at? You don't have to give me exact, but whereabouts in Michigan?
Flint.
Oh, okay. I got a
Semi-pro.
buddy that lives up there in Michigan somewhere. I don't know. I got his number and everything. He was down here in Oklahoma for years, but he went back up there. His name's Rick Kiley. He used to ride the motorcycle gang. They call him a gang, the Wayward Brothers. Have you heard of them?
No.
I don't know if they're northern Michigan or southern Michigan. I don't know for sure.
Right.
I'll have to call him and ask him.
Yeah. I'm just a little bit north of
good
Flint.
guys. Real good guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of good guys. There's a lot of good people all over the nation. It's just, and I think the good people outweigh the bad people. It's just the bad people are kind of acting up and doing the crazy stuff, and all the good people are just sitting back,
They just like to show their ass more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just like to show their ass more. Yeah. Matter of fact, Rick's brother John is still down here in the Panhandle of Oklahoma. He owns. You might have heard of this. Triple J. They do fiber optics for all these windmill sites. They originated from up there in Michigan. They're down here in Panhandle, Oklahoma now. We've got tons of them going in around here.
Yeah, I hate seeing those things.
Well, I guess Oklahoma, wide open spaces, you got a lot of wind. I mean, isn't that you're part of that tornado belt, right? Isn't that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tornado Alley.
Tornado Alley, yeah, because my parents deal with that in Dallas. They're at the bottom of it. So, but
That's where it all starts. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had
go ahead.
I had a first sergeant when I was in the Army. I was stationed at Killeen, Texas, Fort Hood. Every day he'd come out into formation. He'd be like, "Man, I don't know if Texas blows and Oklahoma sucks, or Oklahoma blows and Texas sucks. I don't know which is which. I don't know."
Well, I'll explain it to you. During the winter, Kansas is blowing, Texas is sucking. During the summer, Texas is blowing, Kansas is sucking. We're just stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
We just get in the middle.
I think he was from Texas too, so every day it was just something I remember. I don't know, it's pretty cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't know if y'all saw that the police officer that made that video mocking LeBron James.
Yeah.
He was suspended without pay for a video.
Wow.
And it was clever. It was a clever video, man. You can't deny it, but I was just shocked by that. And the source on that was Nate Sylvester. So that's a real story.
Yeah, that's unreal.
Yeah. I think even Fox had that on for a short little clip. this
Mhm.
morning.
Oh, here's one that's scary about Arizona. There's a Craigslist ad that was in the Arizona Craigslist asking for actors, $15 an hour, 500 spots to fill for tomorrow. Guess where?
Arizona.
Maricopa County.
We're supposed to go. So they're paying protesters. So something might happen. So that's a real ad. And that was in the Arizona Craigslist.
You know what's going to happen to them
So-
poor people, don't you? They're going to get paid. They're going to show up. And they're the ones going to jail. All the ones Antifa and
I know, it's gonna
BLM,
be
they're going to
real-
get to go home. They're the fall guy.
That reminds me of Tropic, yeah, like Tropic Thunder when they dropped them off in the real war zone. They thought they were filming a movie. They're
there's some
getting
good
blown
actors
up,
here.
you know?
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
He's the dude that's playing the dude that's playing another dude.
Yeah.
Robert
No.
Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's something to look at. I don't know, you know, what their plans are. And you know, they want to cause disruption no matter what. They want me to hate you, they want you to hate me. It's just, it's nuts, man, you know.
They're getting desperate.
And
They're getting desperate.
Man, there's a shooting. There's probably a couple shootings every single day now.
Well, and there is,
Yep.
whether they're showing it or not, but the only thing is they're picking and choosing which one they're showing.
Right.
You know, they're not showing all
that's
the,
it.
all the bad people shooting all the cops, or all the bad people shooting all these damn kids. These people are nuts, but they're picking and choosing. And that makes them just as guilty as a shooter, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Because they are amplifying it. Like that first school shooting, if they'd have never showed that on TV and never heard it, it'd have never happened again. But after they showed that 10 years ago, 15 years ago, there's been nothing but shootings every year in the school. Every year.
Yep.
They should have, media is the main thing to blame on all this crap. Every bit of it. They're the ones that push race, because I guarantee you get out here in the real world, I don't care what color you are, what skin you are, we all get along.
Yeah.
But they're up there the ones
Exactly.
pushing. And what I hate to see is people all over going, well, this guy, no, he's a good friend of mine, he's black. No, he's an American. Why'd you have to call him black?
Yeah.
Well, he's easier to define that way.
Exactly.
That's what racism is. Don't define by the color.
That's it.
I don't give a shit what color you are. They're humans. They're Americans. You know, I don't care if you come from China. You're still living in China. They're still humans. Even the CCP are humans. They're just made to do bad things, or they're going to die by the hand of their rulers. You can't blame them.
Yeah, we're all the same.
Shane just brought up, yeah,
Oh,
Shane
absolutely.
just brought up the greatest point though. We're all, they have to put that, he was Asian. He, you know, it's unreal. And I don't do that in my life. You know, I got it from a man. That's what I say. Or I got it from a woman. You know, they're a person just like me.
You know, I got black friends. I got all kinds of. If I say, hey, I got this from a black friend of mine, you know, hey, I got this from my buddy. Period. Which one is
Yep,
it?
end of
The one
story.
standing over there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. Oh, and there was a big thing about on Fox News. It was Maria Menendez, you know, on her show. She was talking to President Trump, and I still call him President Trump. He's all, you know, he's my president. So anyway, she asked President Trump about a possible run in 2024 with DeSantis. And, you know, he answered it in a way that it was like, you know, he's a good friend of mine. He would be a good choice, you know, but not like it was what he was going to, you know, but we can't worry about 22 or 24 until we solve 20, you know, or actually, 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's just, it's like, what, you know, why are we talking about it? You know, I can't even trust the people that we have in office now that we've already voted, you know, because they say this has been going on for a long time. It was tested in Venezuela, proven. They probably did some stuff in 16, I believe. You know, there's evidence of that. And they just didn't do enough.
It's been going on since JFK or before.
Yeah.
They've been making selections. There is no, you know, this is not a presidential race. This is a presidential selection. They decide who's going to be in there. And if by accident the wrong one gets in there, well, you're seeing what happened to them.
Yep.
They tried to kill Reagan. That didn't work for them.
Mm-hmm.
But they killed JFK. So yeah, that's just how it works.
Yeah, because
And there's-
Hinckley, go ahead, I'm sorry, but
Go ahead.
Hinckley in the Reagan shooting, he was good friends with some, I'm trying to think what family it was. It may have been the Bushes, to be honest with you. I think it was. I think it was the Bush family,
It was.
you know? So, and we all know Bush Sr. was CIA. And, you know, I'm sure there are some good CIA, but there's been a lot of, you know, that's a rogue. I don't even know if I can say that word. I'll say the alphabet guys, but they've been proven to be, you know, just messing in areas they shouldn't mess it, you know, just all kind of stuff, causing chaos is all I can say.
Yeah, I heard, you know, they raided the Giuliani's apartment. You guys heard that, right?
Yep.
So from what I hear, who knows how true it is? They get up there. One of the agents say, "Hey, what's that floppy disk over there, or whatever?" And Rudy gets all excited. He said, "Well, that's Hunter's floppy disk there. That's all information with your president's son on there." And they're like, "Yeah, well, we don't need that. We'll leave that there." They didn't even take it. Don't know if it's true or not, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, but you know what? I worry about Giuliani, and I always just like you question him, Jeff. You know, let's think about in 2001 where he was and what he went along with.
He had to know about it.
He had to know about it, man. That's why I'm thinking, you know, I've always been saying I don't know about him. You know, he tries, but it's almost like a Lindsey Graham. They say, they don't do. You know, they talk a big game.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say two things. Lindsey Graham, he's a lot like Adam Schiff. He likes the camera. And he talks a big game, but when it comes down to the nut cutting, he forgets where he put his. Rudy Giuliani, from what I can find on him from back in the 70s and 80s, when he became mayor, I don't remember what year that was. The rumor has it, the old mafia guy that got out of prison and lives over in Baltimore, he was in good with Rudy. And what it was several crime families fighting each other. So Rudy, he got along with one of the families pretty good. So they decided to take down the other two families because they was always fighting. And that's how he got rid of the mafia, supposedly. And he persecuted. The ones he stood up for and liked for, the agreement was they would calm down and keep it to a mild minimum. So that got them mafias from fighting because Rudy had them all put in prison. That stopped all the fight. He looks like a hero. Now that's the rumor. That's kind of what I found, and that's kind of what I've heard also. I don't know how true it is. Yeah. But that's the rumor.
The mafia is huge on the East Coast. They've been running that. Even here in Michigan, the mafia is huge. UAW is a mafia.
Yeah, that mafia has been in New York City since New York City was conceived. It was conceived by a mafia.
Yep.
Italians.
Yep. Yeah, the immigrants helped. Yeah, coming over, they needed a way of protecting themselves, and they formed, the group. And
that's why people get in gangs. It's the same thing. They get in gangs for protection.
Yep, and family, a source of family that they don't have. Look at us. We're all in our gang.
Right. What are we going to call the gang?
Hey, that's we could be whatever you want, whatever y'all want, man. We're going to call ourselves the Cream Puffs. So they won't see us coming. The Daisies.
Riddle's Riff Rats. Riddle's Riff Rats was my basketball team back in like fourth grade.
Gosh, that's a good name, man.
Yeah, my neighbor was the coach. He must have knew how I was. He said, I'm going to name you guys the Riddle's Riff Rats. Riff Rats.
Well, dude, if the park story's true, we might have to be out Riddle's Riff Rat. We might be out there with signs protesting to get into the park. Let us in. Hell no, we won't go.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time no matter what. But
yeah. Oh, I wanted to mention, look, I've been in on Shepherd of the Forest. She that book she's reading is fascinating, man. With Andrew, and look, like Shane said, it started with JFK. It may be I think it goes back further.
Yeah.
I think it was like early 1900s is when all this power play happened. And if y'all can go listen to Shepard's book, it's fat. She doesn't go too, I'll actually crave more. She stops at like 15 minutes and I'm wanting more. So I just keep going and looking. But that's some real interesting stuff, man, that she's going over. So
if you go back far enough, you can go back all the way to the Act of 1871. When Ulysses S. Grant was president. It's kind of funny. U.S., United States of America Company Campaign, LLC, that took over, and that's what we have the government now. But if you look in 1875 and 1876, that's when the struggle play for who was going to be president really started happening. So that may have been when everybody first started noticing that, there was some nefarious things going on for presidency. This has been going on ever since the Fed took over. Which
that's
is
in the bank.
1913. Yep, 1914. Yep. So it's been going on a long time.
Yep.
Yeah. Titanic ties into all that with the 3 bankers on there that were killed.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it was taken down.
It wasn't the Titanic, it was a sister ship that already probably had a hole in it anyway.
The Olympic.
Yep.
They substitute the Olympic in for the Titanic.
Yep.
That makes you wonder what they do with the Titanic, or they just changed name and it's the Olympic now.
Right.
Yeah.
And now it's parked along the shore somewhere. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a conspiracy.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you believe in it.
It's crazy. And then look at Mike Lindell, which is a guy that sells pillows, is responsible for waking everyone up. That's kind of ironic, isn't it?
You're right. You're right. You're right.
He's supposed to put him to bed.
Yeah. I know. You know what? It's been like that though. There's too many coincidences. Gosh, I'm not saying the word right, but it's just like 6 Finger One was talking about it when he called in about how God is at work and God's bringing people together, and it really, man, I totally believe that with all and it's just all the craziness involved, and they're saying maybe Kofifi might mean something in the future. We might find out that meant so. All these different things. We're gonna look back and piece everything together.
Kofifi it's a military term. Look it up. It's a military term.
Okay, it is. Okay.
Covert operating. "107 explained it one day. But Kofifi was not a misword.
No.
There was a reason he said that. But it is it's an abbreviation for a military operation.
Ah, okay. All right. Now, you know what else I looked up? I looked up Bar Association. There was a lot of talk I heard about what it stood for. And it's funny because when you look it up, they'll say, well, there's a common conspiracy theory that it means the British, stands for, gosh, I forgot what it was. A British affiliated registry or something like that, or
yes,
or attorney registry or something. And but it's so funny how they knock it down. But then they say it could mean this or it could mean that, So I don't know.
It's not a conspiracy. The bar exam, if you look it up, it comes all the way back from the magistrate.
That's what I thought.
That's the same thing. And what that bar exam does is when they take that oath to the bar, you'll notice when they take their oath, it's not to protect the people, it's to protect the bar. So you go out and you hire you a $high lawyer, they're going to help you and get you out of this. You get out of it, you're damn lucky, because they're there. They took the same oath as that judge did, and that's protect the bar. The courts are stacked against you long before you get there. So the best thing you can do is settle that case before it ever gets to court.
Yep.
Because you don't very seldom do you win a court case, especially when it has any merit in society. Now, if it's a traffic ticket, ticket or something like that, you can get out. But you got to be very careful. I have been in court systems where some of them are pretty serious, and I have never once. I've probably been in 10 of them against me, and I have never once hired a lawyer. Never. And I won't. I ain't paying
Probably
somebody.
the wisest thing. You're right.
I ain't gonna
You're
pay
not
somebody to
held-
throw my ass in jail.
Yeah,
Right.
you're not held to an oath. You can defend yourself with
That's
everything.
right. I don't have to protect that bar. I'm gonna have to protect my ass.
Yeah.
So
And what about the
Sorry.
maritime? You know, the maritime that we've been under maritime law
Mhm.
as opposed to common law. And I even thought that with the ship, Evergreen or Ever Given, when that happened, and now they're talking about it, the maritime law with that, how they can seize the vessel as if it was a person.
yes,
And I was like, well, if they can do that, then a person they can seize as if they were a vessel. You
in the
know?
waters they can. In the waters they
So-
can, and that's the same laws they use here in the United States. It's still maritime law.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to get away from and go back to, or go to where it was until 1871, is back
Common.
to common law,
Yeah.
sovereign law,
Yes.
God's law.
Yep.
That's what they're trying to get back to, and that's what Trump was headed for, or trying to. That's why they're all pissed off. Because right
Yeah.
now, the government can come in and seize your property for right of way. There ain't a damn thing you can do about it. You're gonna lose.
Just
You're
like they
gonna
did in Texas. They just did that on the border. Yeah.
You damn right. They just went in and seized it. Didn't even
Right.
ask.
They tried doing that in Bend, Oregon. Remember with the Bundys?
Yes,
Yes.
that didn't
Killed
work
one
so
of them.
well.
Yeah. Well, because it didn't end well for them because people showed up with guns.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
Kofivi,
'cause they-
Kofivi, I looked it up. It says the Communications over Various Feeds Electronically for Engagement Act.
Okay. I know it stood for
That's it.
something.
Boy, yeah. Well, look, that tells you a little something right there, man. That's
If you'll notice, Trump does not misspeak.
No.
He is very articulate. So when he says something that sounds silly, you
It's on
best be
purpose.
looking that word up.
Yep.
Kind of like when he texts that about James Comey, and it says James Corney. There's stuff to that. I can't remember all the details, but there was stuff to that.
that's great.
I'd have to go back in my notes, and those were 6 months ago.
Well, I mean, look at everything we're finding out was true. Everything he said was true. You know, the
Everything.
hydro thing that helped really does
Mhm.
help. Do you remember at the beginning how the press was slamming people for how dare Trump tell these people to take this medication? And they had some woman gave her husband something for the fish tank killer that had the try to kill him. Turns out she did try to kill him. And
They killed him. He
yeah.
died.
yeah, but she was responsive. She was, it was one of those things, And but
they
yeah,
didn't
just think
do
about
their
all that
research.
stuff coming true.
Yep.
That he said.
Yep.
So
Yeah. We learned a lot.
mhm.
Um,
And the Oscars, they should have given the Oscar to that Tiger guy. He's been the most popular thing this during this time. Nobody was able to go see movies, but everybody was talking about that the Tiger King guy. And I remember, look, I got a funny story because I was on Facebook at that time, and everybody's like, "Oh, how could anyone have a tiger? How could you have these creatures?" Well, then the riot season came, and I put on Facebook, I was like, man, now having a tiger or two doesn't seem like such a bad idea. After we were watching all these people trying to come in everybody's houses and everything, it's like I said, crazy world, man.
yeah. I'd like to get a bear.
You are the bear.
Not a little, I just like to get a little tiny one,
They're gonna get big, Jeff.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
gonna get big.
I wouldn't want a black bear neither. I'd like a real one, like a grizzly,
Grizzly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember
have
when
you
we were
seen-
kids?
Yeah, go clean up the backyard after once of that and tell me you still want him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was that? Ron. It was Ron Howard. Gentle. Was it Gentle Ben? It was Ron Howard's younger
Big
brother.
Was it Big Ben?
Was it Big Ben? It was something. We had the bear. It was.
Yeah.
And then they had
Grizzly Adams.
Grizzly Adams, and you had BJ in the bear. You remember BJ in the bear? He was a truck
the
driver.
semi? Yeah.
Yeah, the semi. Yep.
Yeah, I
So-
don't know. That's just cool.
I came up with a good T-shirt idea. Did you get my email about
I
the
got it.
T-shirt?
Yeah, Sasquatch and all that.
Yes. Hands up, rah! But it's you, ah! Sasquatch body. I would buy it.
So I got
I'd buy a few.
a little Telegram channel. So I just
Oh,
send
good.
stuff to me, so I know where to go look stuff up. So I figured I'd read some of these off. Some of them are pretty funny, but it's got this one that says memes can't hurt the New World Order, but boycotting Disney, McDonald's, and Walmart sure can. Which is true.
Mhm.
So Arizona School Board kicked out the board and created a new one. No mask are mandatory. The people took over. The school board are cowering in fear. Thousands of parents showed up and shut them down. Kind of like what they did in Redding, California, with red, white, and blueprint. Then Pennsylvania sent out 1,823,148 mail-in ballots. They got back 2,589,242.
They look, they're like rabbits or chickens. They're multiplying.
And then the CDC now recommends wearing a seatbelt even when you're outside the car. And then you got this thing here.
Oh
It says-
gosh.
It says,
Ooh.
I'm an expert on mental health and food disorders, says the obese man who thinks he's a woman. So I just like sending those to myself so I know when I remember, I know where they're at,
Yeah.
So,
Gosh.
yeah, what a trip, huh?
It's nuts, man. Something has to be going on, like they said, it's like a movie. Boy, a long, hard to watch movie. But I guess we got to go through this.
We'll all be missing it when it's over.
You're right. You are right. Look at how all the news networks, they got to miss Trump. They're losing,
Oh.
man.
Man, have you noticed he's been back in the news more and more that goes on? They keep
Yes.
finding reasons to plug him.
Yep.
They're May 2nd, they got a rally down in South Carolina. I forget the guy who organized it. Bikers for Trump or something. I was going to go down there. It's not far from me, maybe 10, 12 hours, but I got to work. I was going to ride down there and check it out. So that's on May 2nd. So he's going to start having his rallies again coming up here, what I'm hearing. So that'll be interesting.
That'd be cool. Yeah, think about that. The guy who could barely get, gosh, that's another thing about the speech last night. I literally have seen more people at my cousin's karaoke parties than I saw in the halls of Congress last night when he talked. That couldn't have been 200 people. I don't know where they're getting that number from. Or maybe there were people on the mezzanine, but they still didn't seem like there was that many in there. So that's a stretch if they say there was 200 people in there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna show back up. He's gonna Biden didn't have to do anything because he already knew he won. So Hillary kind of thought the same thing, but they did it wrong. They only thought there would be
Like
they thought they
21.
would need so much.
Yeah.
And all the people that voted outdid her by just a little bit. That's why she was so upset. That's why she told Flashbang, do not ever concede.
Yep. That's
So-
it. You're right.
You hear that with John Kerry when he was talking to that in 18 or 19 when he was cross seas talking with, what was it, Iran? Yeah, and he was talking with them and they said, well, with Trump in there, this is never going to happen. He says, don't worry, he'll be gone in a year and a half either way.
Yeah. Soros said that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I believe they tried. I believe they have been trying. I believe we are not hearing what they have tried.
You heard Mar-a-Lago, his bedroom window got shot.
That's what I heard. It had to be, yeah. And they don't know if it was submarine, but the
200
altitude
yards out.
was 200 yards out.
And it was at a downward trajectory.
That's it. Yep.
And they said no one in a helicopter, and there was no helicopters in there, could shoot like that and hold it steady. Well,
Mhm.
think about it. What can?
Drone.
Drone. It's the only thing that can hit with precision at that far in winds.
Yep.
So, and they're undetectable, some of the ones we have. They can't see anything that was in the air at that time. That
Yeah,
is a drone strike.
they'll scare
Yes.
the crap out of me, man. Those drones.
Yeah, man.
They got little tiny ones about that big. You know, maybe 2 inch by 2 inch. You got a little 22 cartridge in it. They can fly right in front of your forehead and shoot you.
Take you out.
Yeah, I don't
Not
like.
to mention all those direct energy weapons and stuff like that they had, you know? I mean, heck. Or the heart, you heard about the heart attack gun. And
They've had that since the 60s.
since the 60s, yeah. From what it leaves a little dot like a mosquito bite, is what it looks like.
Yep.
So, and that's another the alphabet agency involved there again. They seem to come up a lot. So
Yeah, Clowns of America did that one for us.
that's a great name for them. That's probably, yeah, you're probably right. So,
Yeah.
but I didn't say that. Shane said that in case they're listening. That wasn't. That was
They
not
can
me.
listen. Yeah, it's Bozo and Cookie that did that one. That's probably long before y'all's time. I don't know how old you are, Jeff, but
46.
okay, you're
I'm
getting
48.
close. How many?
48. I can't believe Jeff is younger than me, man. This is
Oh, you're
outrage.
close to me then.
Yeah, I was 1972. That's when I bursted into the world. And my dad talks
You're
about it
almost
every day.
49 then. You're right at 49 then.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, July 31st is my birthday. And actually, Jeff's got a birthday coming up soon. I just saw that
June 2nd.
in June. Yeah, I'm gonna throw
Y'all
you a
make me
party.
look old. I'll be 50 in December.
Gosh, but still, that's not. Yeah,
That ain't bad.
that ain't bad at all, man.
But
The
just
age
think,
ain't, the age ain't, but this is. The damage I'm doing.
city miles, country miles.
That's it.
Country miles.
Country
Lots of
miles,
country
man.
miles.
I was gonna say something, I forgot. So
I'm sorry, we threw you off, man.
That'll come back to me.
I'm gonna see if I have anything more in my.
David's
my
calling
notes. I
us
do have a
youngins.
little. Oh, go ahead, Shane.
David's calling us youngins.
Yeah. I'll call you here in a little bit, David. I'll call you on the way to work.
Dave's great, man.
Send me an email.
I chatted with him several times today. It was good. It was good. So, what else do I have? I mean, that's all I got. I know there's more news out there. There's just probably, and there was a lot of baloney stories I just didn't even want to get involved in.
Everybody was trying to talk about Biden today, how great he was, and, you know, all the news. So there wasn't much on today, really. I looked.
Yeah.
But there wasn't a lot going on.
Oh, but I don't know if you knew, well, y'all may not have watched it. Before he even finished what he was going to say, Pelosi and Camel were jumping up out of the seats. I mean, they were almost like they were holding a doggy treat. Up, and they popped right up, you know. And
Nancy was trying to jump up every chance she got.
yeah, poor Ted Cruz was falling asleep. They were trying to wake him up. But yeah, and it was lies, a lot of lies.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely didn't feel like he was bringing anybody together. And you know, look, man, if everything was on the up and up and legit, I would deal with it. But we know that there's more than enough that tells us that this is, you know, a bunch of baloney, the whole process. So
Yeah. We don't need to stand up for it.
Yep.
Or we do need to stand up for it or stand up against it, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
And we will. We'll see what's going on here shortly. Well, we gotta quit doing that too, because now, you know, Flashbang's already been in office 100 days, right?
It's crazy, yeah.
So
Did we get that 100 days back or whatever it's going to be? Do we get that time back if something, something comes to light or whatever, How's that work? Can we start over, get another fresh 4?
Whitmer just said, she's laying out some stuff. So if we do certain things, we can be free. I just caught something on a news feed or something. So it's like, well, if you guys do this, if you guys wear the mask for 14 days, just wear it for 14 days. We're just going to slow the curve, blah, blah, blah. Well, how many of us knew that was a lie?
I know, huh?
So as soon as they start taking, you're never getting it back.
You got me.
When we get off here, you two, have you all watched Restore Republic or Republic Restored? Have you seen the latest one?
No.
Yeah, I seen the one that come out. I remember watching it last night, but I think there's another new one out today. Got some good information on it.
And what is it again? Restored
Republic. It gives drops, kind of like our little friend 17. And he breaks it down, and he tells you got to listen real close, because he has so many dates going in together. It'll blur right together if you're not paying attention. But he has a lot of good stuff, and I'm just hoping what he's saying is going to happen, because that looks very promising within the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll be done with most of this crap by August or so,
Yep.
I mean, pretty much all of it by August.
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Let me say this, and I'll let you have it. Once this is all done, it's still not done.
No.
You're going to have all these people in the lowers. That's why everybody keeps saying, start at your local level. Because if not, they're going to keep breeding these cockroaches, and we're going to keep sending them up there and keep doing the same damn thing.
Yeah.
So we got to get them out of every position they're in. Flush them out. Make them ashamed to show their face. So that's why everybody keeps saying that. And everybody's worried about what can we do? What can we do? Start at the local, because once this is done in the federal, it ain't done. We're nowhere close to being done. We're halfway then. There's a lot of communities out here that's in trouble. Luckily, we're not in one. Everybody in our whole county, I think we had one vote that didn't vote, and one was independent. The rest of everybody else voted red.
Yeah.
That's 2,500 square miles of people. That kind of tells you where we're at.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Oklahoma
Welcome
was
to
the only
Oklahoma.
one.
Welcome to Oklahoma.
God's country.
That's it. God's country.
Yep. Oh, that's how we are down here, man. We're almost too ready to do things. You know what I mean? We have to kind of calm ourselves down.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm surprised, this whole move, they've kept us in check from going, because think about it. This is, if we didn't have those little drops from our buddy and stuff like that, we would be going, who knows where we would be right now. He's kept a lot of people from doing things that they're maybe or that could end up bad, so that's how scary of a time it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they want, though. They want us fighting. Then they can just sit back and do what they want. Come in for cleanup.
Yeah.
Not really have to worry about anything.
But I'm saying we should all get together against them. But that's
If it was that simple, we'd been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
Never destroy an enemy while they're destroying themselves. So they keep us fighting. They ain't gonna worry about us.
Right.
We're so busy at each other that they can go rule the world like they are. And by the time we wake up, it's too late.
Yeah.
So this is helping everybody wake up a little bit.
Yeah, everyone's got to wake up, and this is how they're doing it. Like Shane said, they're already destroying themselves. All we got to do is just sit back, and it works. It's like a win-win because everyone's seeing what they're doing. We've known it mostly all our lives that what they're doing, but some people are starting to wake up. So
yeah, they're losing that. They're scared. They're scared. They're just pulling shit out of their ass trying now. On Craigslist hiring people, like Craig says,
Yep.
They're scared. They're out of options.
Yeah, they were doing that up there in when I was up in Seattle. They had ads in Craigslist before the election.
God. Mm,
Yeah.
man. And that's how they all got out. You remember? They all got out of jail. Everybody got off of those rioters, especially in Portland and Oregon, you know, all up there. So it was like there was no consequence, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder if they told them that beforehand. Look, you're going to get paid, you're going to get arrested, but we're going to get you out.
I'm sure they did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You guys can go destroy whatever you want. Here's an area I want destroyed. That way I can, after you guys destroy it, I can buy it back for pennies on the dollar.
Yep.
Well, you heard what Cuomo and de Blasio was talking about doing 3-4
Same
months ago,
thing.
didn't you?
Yep.
There was, with all this COVID going on, everybody moving out, all the motels were shut down. They're going to start buying up motels. And that's when they started throwing all these homeless people in these motels. Well, the government has to pick up the tab. So they're going to fill up all these motels they bought with, and here they are making millions and millions of dollars off these hotels through the government. That was their big scheme.
Yep.
Well, then de Blasio and Nipple Boy got to bickering back and forth, trying to throw each other under the bus. That kind of ended that deal. But de Blasio is still talking about it. So I don't know if he found some backers or what.
And boy, he is radical, man. I couldn't believe, you know, how did he get in there? New York, shame on you. That's, I mean, at least Bloomberg was a business, you know. I don't even know how that's crazy. Seemed like another community organizer to me.
You don't get elected, you get selected. Yeah. So it's all that bloodline family thing.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to get elected. I'm not going to get elected. Shane ain't going to get elected.
I might if I run. That's a sad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My 5th grade uncle was Hoover. President Hoover. That's my 5th grade uncle.
There you go. You got the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My 3rd grade uncle was Reagan.
Nice.
No.
You're almost royalty.
No. I'm glad I got more Indian in me than I do German and.
Well, and you know, like Dave's, Shane was saying, the local levels. Think about all the party comes in with all their big money into the local levels, and you know, you get enough money from these people, you'll do whatever you got to do. You know, it's almost like either way they're trapping people. You know,
all the old money run these little towns and communities. That's why these old people don't want change in these small communities. Because they run the damn thing.
Yeah,
they run it. And as they finally slowly, and it's sad to say, but as they slowly die off, we finally get some new blood in there. But the problem is it's been established so long, they put their buddies and their friends in there, and it's hard to get them out. But the smartest thing to do is get a crowd of 3,000 or 4,000 people to go in there in like your city hall on open night, where anybody could go in there and bring up questions. You get 3,000 or 4,000 people in there to go in with you. They don't want to hear it all because everybody's saying the same thing. So they'll get up and leave. Well, if they leave office, you call in the sheriff, you open the courts, you all run the courts now in there. Now you select a new, and there ain't nothing them people walked out can do. Nothing.
Yep.
You'll have a new city manager. You'll have a new city mayor by the time it's done. You'll have a whole new board. That's the easiest way to get them out, is you got to pressure them out. Because if you go in there and try to vote them out, good luck.
And you brought up a great point. Sheriffs are key in a lot of this. Sheriffs are tremendously. That's the most powerful person, I believe, in the area is the sheriff.
A sheriff is more powerful than the federal government in your community.
That's what I was. Yep.
The IRS, FBI, they can't come in and touch you if the sheriff says no. Period. And if they go into the judge and the judge says, I'm not bringing this up against this person, there ain't a damn thing they can do about it. They can go file on a federal level, but now they're out of jurisdiction. They have no jurisdiction to file. They have to file in this county where the problem is. hence the sheriff and your judge.
Yep.
And it's real nice when these communities are small because you know everybody.
Right.
Everybody went to school together.
Yeah, well, and with big cities, you got to deal with municipalities. The there's no sheriff there, or it's set up different. Maybe they have the police chief is hired by the mayor, that kind of thing. But luckily, where I live in our parish, we have our sheriff, and and same with another parish close, Jefferson Parish, which is close by. Harry Lee was the sheriff there for many, many years, and I remember reading something in a magazine. He was like number 7 on one of the most powerful people in the country. And I was like, wow, because he only lived a couple of blocks from my house.
Right.
So he was a great guy, man. And I remember when I was a kid, he would always ride in parades and he would give out little sheriff's badges. And I'd always go looking for him because I'd get my fresh sheriff badge every year from him, a little plastic toy, but it was great. But yeah, so that's a good thing. Hopefully we got good sheriffs, and I know we do. And look how they're attacking the police. These sheriffs have to be pissed off, man. And like a lot of them are vocal about it. They'll say, I'm not enforcing that, I'm not going to do that. You go do that. So
I talked to our sheriff about 2 years ago about the gun deal. He says, I'm not enforcing it. When it come up 2 years ago in 18, he was pushing for that big gun push too. He says, I'm not going to enforce it. He said, there's no way in hell I'm enforcing that. I mean, it just don't make no sense. It's the Second Amendment.
Yep.
Joey Biden last night, I said the whole word, but I did. Sorry.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, he said, there ain't no amendment in the Constitution that couldn't be changed. And he is so wrong. I said, that man needs to go read that damn thing. He probably don't even know where it is. The first one or the second one. Because they both say the same damn thing.
Shall not be infringed upon.
Shall not. Does not mean, do whatever you want when you're president. It nowhere near says that.
Yeah.
All right, fellas.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, I got to go.
No, go for it, man. It was awesome talking to you, buddy.
I hate to end it, but maybe I'll start a little earlier tomorrow. That way we can go a little longer.
We had too much information on a slow news day. That's what the problem was.
Well, it's just nice talking, man.
I know, man. You're right. This helps my psyche so much more, man. I was miserable, but meeting all of y'all, meeting fellow-minded, knowing we're not alone down here, that y'all are all over the place. That comforts, man. That comforts big time.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, we're pretty much all over the nation.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started.
For you, Jeff.
What's that?
I gotta ask a favor from you.
Okay.
If I ever wear out my welcome on here, you be sure to let me know on email instead of doing it in front of everybody. I don't want to be embarrassed.
Okay. My email, you might be able to find it.
You must not have heard me.
Yeah. Don't get rid of him. No, he's saying if he ever wears out his welcome, to email him if you want him to take a walk.
Oh, no.
Jeff was about to send you walking, Shane. You almost got.
Oh, man, I was going. Well, that was quick. Shit.
You almost got kicked off a Jeff book.
No, I was going to put my email in here, but it might already be in here. In case you guys want to get a hold of me.
Yeah, I got
put it up. Yeah, I got yours too. I sent you mine as well.
Yep.
I need to put mine maybe in a video link or something. So
what you got to do is go to Liberty Warrior, where he emailed us and told us all to go to 2. Liberty Warrior 2, when he got booted off of 1.
Yeah.
And mine's on there. Jeff's on there. I don't know. There was 5 or 6 on there.
Was there?
Yeah, there was several on there.
That's good.
So I don't know, Craig, if you was on there because I didn't.
I don't think I had it yet. No, because
okay.
I would look. It took me a while to get up the courage. I was emailing, or I was commenting to both of them. It took me a while, man. I was a chicken.
Yeah, but was you following him? Was you following Mike at the time when he switched?
No, because I was with Jeff. I was on Jeff's. Yeah. See, and that's the whole weird thing with YouTube. I just found Jeff like when he first posted, and I was like, oh my God, dude, this dude is real. You know, because look, we see so much fake. When you find somebody real, it's awesome. You know, and just what he was saying hit me. You know, and boom, I subscribed right then and there, and loving it ever since, man. I love it.
Yeah, I sent a YouTube feedback today saying, hey, some people are saying my notification bells are screwed up, and I went down in subscribers for like 2 months now. So if you guys could fix that, that would be great. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully they fix it, but if not, whatever.
Go. Well, dude, good seeing you, man. Have a good night at work too, buddy.
Yeah, I'll see you guys at 8 on Liberty Warrior.
Oh, good.
So I probably won't call in. I'll be chatting. So
I'll be in the chat
in case I get a call, and we're good to go, man. Love talking to you guys, man.
Man, love you, brother.
I can sit
Love
here
you,
and talk
Shane.
all day, but I gotta go. So
No worries. This was good.
Thank you all for letting me come on.
anytime, man. Anyone's welcome anytime.
Shane's got the best info. Shane, you got tons of good stuff.
Well, like everybody says, don't ever believe everything I say. Go ahead and check it for yourself. But I usually try to check mine 2 or 3 times. But I do misspeak occasionally.
We all do.
I'm only human.
Yep.
So,
All right. Love you all.
Love you, brother.
see you, man.
See you.